Japanese games are in the middle of...
Guys.
All right, Jake, how's it going?
Yeah.
Where's Mike?
Who's Mike?
I'm not sure if this works because I'm supposed to be the short one. Do you need a box or something to stand on? Or?
I'm sitting down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Japanese games are in the middle of something of a renaissance here in the West. Final Fantasy 15, Yakuza 0 and NieR all arrived within the last few months to rave reviews. NieR Automata is the latest to arrive and it has some people saying that this is the best of the bunch so far.
NieR Automata, the latest creation from the twisted mastermind Yoko Taro, has been going down a storm with reviewers. The PS4 version released in Japan on February the 23rd, on March the 7th in the US, and March 10th here in the UK and Europe. The PC version releases worldwide on March the 17th. Developed by Platinum Games and published by Square Enix, NieR Automata is the sequel to the 2010 original NieR. It's an action-based JRPG in which humanity has taken refuge on the moon and players take control of the android 2B.
I know what everyone's thinking. To be or not to be, right? Right? Where the fuck's Mike when you need him?
Sent to Earth to take back control of the planet from an army of robots, which is unusually bland for a Japanese title. What's maybe most fascinating about it is the way the game transforms from one genre to another fairly regularly, going from RPG to action beat-em-up to bullet hell shooter and even text adventure. But let's see what the critics think of it.
NieR Automata currently sits at 90% rating on Metacritic and 89% rating on OpenCritic, with no negative reviews counted by either site. Eurogamer gave the game their recommended badge and said, Yoko Taro's eccentric action RPG gets a follow-up that's every bit as surprising as its predecessor, with a little help from Platinum Games. Particular praise went to the game's variety, ambition and story, but Eurogamer did say that the combat is not up to the usual Platinum Games standard.
Destructoid gave the game a 9 out of 10 and called the game a hallmark of excellence. It may have some flaws, but they are negligible to what otherwise is a supreme title.
GameSpot also awarded the game a 9 out of 10, saying, the sequel to Taro's cult hit is a beautifully frenetic hack and slasher with an engrossing and layered story. They did, however, criticise the side quest as being tedious.
Push Square gave the game an 8 out of 10 and called the game an oddity that grows in stature the more time you spend with it. However, they did criticise the side quest as being cliched and the open world as being annoying to navigate.
The lowest score so far was delivered by Game Informer, who awarded the game a 7.8 out of 10 and praised the story as cool and interesting, but the repetition and lack of depth make them hard to fully appreciate.
Finally, Games Radar gave the game 4.5 stars out of 5, saying whilst the game isn't perfect, it is a breath of fresh air that will stay with you long after putting down the controller.
So by all accounts, this slightly niche looking game is something to be experienced if the reviews are to be believed. We're always clamouring for something different to the norm on this channel, so it's great to see something doing well that isn't a shooter or a newbie style open world game. It is interesting though, the idea of having different genres in one game. It's not often that AAA games do that. I like the idea. I really like the idea of having different game mechanics, different types of things to do to vary up, keep it interesting. So that's all good points for NieR Automata so far. It looks interesting. Would you consider picking it up yourself? Would you be interested in buying it?
It looks very Japanese, it looks very uncompromising, and I think a mixture of different game styles is what makes games sell these days. An open world RPG style action adventure. Why not take the best bits of all these different types of games and mix them up? And if you can do it right, then you've got an excellent type of game in general. I think the big thing about this game is that it's just an artistic vision that doesn't seem to really care about falling into these different tropes, worrying about DLC, microtransactions. It's just a guy telling a really weird story by the sounds of it, with loads of robots and different types of gameplay.
So the recurring criticism is that the side missions can be a bit boring, a bit bland, but you don't have to do side quests, do you? Unless you need to level up your character. I guess some of them are essential just to get your character up to a certain level.
Side quests often fall in this trap. They're not very well thought out. They're normally an afterthought, just a way of leveling up your character. So when a game does have good side quests, it stands out. But for the most part, side quests are just side quests, and go and collect this thing, go and collect 10 berries, or
fetch quests and all that
fetch
kind of
quests.
Shit,
So does the bland side quest put you off buying this game, or does the idea of playing a bit of an original title with different genres really have you hooked? Let us know down in the comments below. So remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and there's plenty more content below if you're interested in seeing any more of our videos. We'll see you next time.